The Atlanta Hawks are about to make big changes. I'm telling you right now, the breadcrumbs to these changes have been being dropped over the last few weeks. I talked about previously how the Atlanta Hawks are making a move, and recently it comes out that Clint Capela is being monitored for his availability in a trade because of the move that put him on the bench and started Onyeka Okongwu. I talked about this previously. That move was one of the biggest moves in Atlanta Hawks season today because it signals to other teams, we're open for business. Clint Capela is not our guy going forward, and if you want to trade for him, come trade for him. Now, going forward, what does this mean for the Atlanta Hawks? But more specifically, who are the Atlanta Hawks trying to trade for, and how can I tell? I would say there's one more thing regarding Clint Capela. And some people may say I'm stretching, I'm reaching, and that's fine. But Clint Capela is out tonight due to a knee soreness. Now, I think there is a legitimate injury there. We all saw him fall on the fast break when he was trying to score. He did fall. It was pretty nasty. But I will say this. This is somewhat of a breadcrumb or signal saying, hey, this guy's probably going to be traded. Clint Capela has missed 0 games this season. And how ironic that the first game he misses is 2 weeks before the trade deadline. That's all I'm saying. I also will say this. If Clint Capela misses multiple games over the next few days, go ahead and mark it up as he will be traded. Now, like I said, I'm not discrediting him. He probably is injured. But I will say this. On an injury that he may play on, he may be 70 or 80%, the Atlanta Hawks are saying, sit down, buddy. We do not need you injured. We're looking for trade partners. I'm just saying. Now, going forward, which teams are looking for Clint Capela, and how could this benefit the Atlanta Hawks? I would say there's 2 categories of teams wanting Clint Capela. There's all the very bad teams who want Clint Capela to basically clear cap space or get picks. And they're the really fringe and good teams who need Clint Capela to boost them over the edge. And when I talk about teams, there's kind of 3 teams in mind that fit these categories. The first team is the Memphis Grizzlies. And the trade that I'm talking about is Clint Capela for Marcus Smart and a 2nd-round pick. Now, why would this work for the Atlanta Hawks? They get the backup point guard that they need. They desperately need a backup point guard. And Dyson Daniels running the show with the 2nd unit is really not advantageous. They really need a backup point guard. Marcus Smart can not only do that, he can initiate the offense, he plays phenomenal defense, but he also can score when he needs to score. That's something that the Atlanta Hawks truly do miss in the 2nd unit. Also, nobody wants to talk about it. You get a decently good player under contract for an expiring contract. Now, why would the Memphis Grizzlies do this? They've already talked about it. They do not want Marcus Smart there. It's just not working out. They might as well get something while they can. And they're getting Clint Capela, a guy that could help with solidify them and make a playoff push. But they also free that contract up for the next year just in case they want to go and try to get somebody. Freeing up cap space, especially in this constrained era of cap space, is very important. And Clint Capela does that for them. The next team is the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers are underperforming, and you have LeBron and AD coming out and saying, we are losing confidence in our front end and our executive staff to get us the team we need to win. We need more players on this team. There's one big issue that the Los Angeles Lakers don't have, and that's center play. They have Anthony Davis playing the center, and the teams of the Los Angeles Lakers that went far had AD playing the power forward, along with another center who can do the center responsibilities. You bring in Clint Capela on that team, that instantly boosts them, and it gives them the piece that they need going forward. Now, what would the Atlanta Hawks get back in return? I propose this trade. Clint Capela, a 1st-rounder and a 2nd-rounder. I know that's a lot. But in return, the Atlanta Hawks get Gabe Vincent, the backup point guard that they need, a defensive-minded backup point guard who can score, but also initiate the 2nd unit, Jarrett Vanderbilt, a very athletic, strong wing that can add to their rotation, and Jackson Hayes, a backup center that they can use going forward. A lot of people leave in my comments and saying, why don't we get Walker Kessler or a good center, Nicholas Claxton? At the end of the day, the Atlanta Hawks have made a move and made the strategic move to start and play Onyeka Okongwu. You cannot bring in another starting center to basically rival the minutes of Onyeka Okongwu. We had that in Clint Capela, and we just moved away from that. We have to get a backup center that will complement Onyeka Okongwu, and Jackson Hayes is that player. Now, I know we're giving up a first and a second, but for the fact that we can get Gabe Vincent and Jarrett Vanderbilt under contract for 2 years, very good contracts, is a win-win going forward. Last trade for Clint Capela is to the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic get Clint Capela and David Roddy in a first rounder, and back the Atlanta Hawks get Cole Anthony and Goga Bitadze. There's one similarity in all three of these trades. The Atlanta Hawks get their backup point guard who can help initiate the offense. Two of these trades, they get a backup center that will help with their center depth while also not taking away from the progression of Onyeka Okongwu. Why would the Atlanta Magic do this? They are very point guard heavy. They have Jalen Suggs, they have Anthony Black, they have Wagner, and they have Cole Anthony. At the end of the day, you need to figure out what you're going to do best, and you need to kind of zone in on those guys. And right now, it's Suggs and Wagner. So you might as well trade Cole Anthony while you can get some value from him. Like I said, I'm throwing in a first and Clint Capela. Also, who wouldn't love a first-round pick for some guys who aren't your best players? I will say this also for Orlando. They need center play. They need Clint Capela, who can help them kind of propel themselves over that 10th, 9th position in the East. Clint Capela will help this team, but also Cole Anthony, and Goga Bitadze will help the Atlanta Hawks. But if you agree or disagree, please leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel. I will say this one thing at the end. The Atlanta Hawks are making changes, and there's being breadcrumbs spread all over the atmosphere, the NBA atmosphere. And as people are talking, the Atlanta Hawks are going underneath the radar, which tells me they're mulling and they're trying to make a move in the back end. But if you agree or disagree with me, leave a comment down below. Let me know. And also, let me know who you want to see Clint Capela traded for. I'm telling you, the Atlanta Hawks need a backup point guard and some backup center play. Leave a comment down below. Let me know who you think they should trade for. And like always, peace.